Day on Tuesday. And I just saw that I forget a part of my setup. Great. Oh my god. It's the stream where we design electronic products just for the shits and the giggles, without project managers, without deadlines, without any of the corporate bullshit. We simply have some fun here and design something very nice. Currently we're designing an LED controller, a really nice one. And in a second I also have my setup ready, which I don't have, which is not good, which bugs me. Ay ay ay. Which is now ready. Okay. Yeah, last time I wanted to start with the actual PCB design. Today I really want to start with actual PCB design, but before I do that, I want to change one thing in the schematic. It's a thought which I think is good to preserve for the future, and we're going to take a look on it. So let's go to the trace. This is not even set up right. Oh my god. So, not yet. No, it's good. Okay, this is about the schematic. And here in the schematic, we have one feature. Oh, we already did that. We already have some GPIOs left. And we're going to transform those into some wires. Oh, that's something we can do later. That's not that important at this point. But yes. So we can convert it to a schematic and start actually doing something. Or convert it to a PCB. One thing that bugs me is something with my setup wrong. Why? It's Zebra Day, wow. But there's something with my setup wrong. Why? No, I don't. Oh, come on. But here doesn't work anymore too, okay. That's not good too. So my setup broke, nice. Okay, who cares? We'll continue so. Without this red dot there. Okay, now we want to work on this kind of. I will try to fix it first. Let's see, now it may work. Okay, now it seems to work. Yeah, still a bit small, we can change that. Doesn't look completely right either, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Yeah, we want to do the PCB today, and we see after the conversion that it is a whole mess. It really is. First of all, we want to import our outlines. So 2 weeks ago we designed the outlines that represent our circuits, and we will do this first. So we'll import an DXF. And we start with baseplate, because the baseplate is what we'll put on the base layer, which we'll screw into the case on the bottom. So we'll start with that. And that should be board outline. Okay, import. And now everything is away. Great. Like, are you shitting me? Like, if I import something into schematic, everything else is away. Yeah, great. Oh, hopefully this. Let's try it again. We'll take a look on, although these two, quad out 2 and shift out 1, they should be the only ones. We will check those two again first, because we need quad out. So this will be on the front panel, and here we should have a quad out 2, and here we should have a quad out 2, and these are not connected for some reason. So we connect them really fast. Yes, of course. Quad out 2. Are those connected now? Are they? Yeah, we are connected now, that's important. So let's try exporting again. Yep, now everything is good. 1 to 7, shift out 1. We will check shift out 1 again, because that's pretty critical too, and we don't want to carry our errors with us, so shift out 1. That's not here, no. Shift out 1, yes, and that goes. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, this connector needs to go shift out. And shift out goes to connector. We don't have a shift out here, then let's take 2. That's of course not that good. I don't think we forget to, I really don't think that we forgot to do this, but maybe we did. So the shift out 1 net is missing for some reason. Then that should be shift out 1. Let's call it shift out front and to display. And J2 connected to shift out. front, okay. But connected without wire, please. Okay. Connect without wire. Perfect. Control circuit, shift out 1, and that should go to connector 2. Yes, here. So that should be okay. So let's try again. Let's try again. Row net. Oh, we'll check with net 127, 129 again. But that's, I would suppose it's not that important. But yeah, let's check that. Where do you have our net list? That's 127, 129. That should be connected. So 127, okay, and 129. They need to be grounded. No, they don't. No, they don't need to be grounded. They get grounded over the. No, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. So let's try again. $129, I think it was. Okay, we checked that. Okay. Good. Actually, it doesn't look that bad from the amount of pins and vias we have, to be completely honest. So let's start with the base plate. And that didn't work. So let's copy the base plate again and get the base plate inside the design here. That's empty, we don't need that. That's empty. And that's empty. And that's not empty. Now I'm a little bit confused because we should be able to. Why can't I copy it here? Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Because you were able to copy this, these board outlines between designs. And now you can't. What? Convert the board outline. Bad idea. Let's check it here, not that something was. Oh, it's over here. That's way too big. That's way too big. How big is it? That's how much? That are, I don't know. So these proportions don't make no sense at all, because this PCB is 1 meter in size. That is not correct. Oh no. We need to fix that. And so much. So let's fix that. Let's import again. Let's start with a base plate again. So that should be bottom outline, yes. There are millimeters, of course. And let's try it again. Big is it now? No, it is 110 times 120 millimeters. That sounds more right. I hope so. I will check the web browser again with the size of our base plates from the schematic. And our schematic said that we can have. Am I not really? Okay, that's not. Okay, that are my coordinates. Why can't I move it? Type, that's bottom. That's the outline, so board's outline. So now I can move it. Great. And we have 140 centimeters and 34 times 67 times 75. That's no size. Oh, maybe that's one of the in between sizes. Let's import another one. So let's try middle. No, that's obviously not what we crave. Import. Let's try front plate. No, front plate was correct. Let's try middle plate again. Doesn't look right. So we really did import a right wing, but it's not the right size. Yeah, good that we had first of all a problem with yeah, I'd want to change the size. Yeah, but why? Let's check that. I will check that again in FreeCAD to see if there was some error, but I am pretty sure that we used the right size. I am pretty sure. 75 times. So that's our FreeCAD model, and here we should find the right size. So that's definitely the top part. That's, oh yeah, that's the top part. Yes, yes. That is the middle plate, yes, and then there should be the base plate. Oh, that's not the base plate. 75 times, okay, that could be the base plate, okay. But that means we didn't put in a PCB with the maximum PCB size. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, then we'll work with that and start by arranging a few components and bringing the front plate to life, or the lightning plate to life, until we have something else. So we will start by importing the actual front plate. So okay, import. Oh yeah. And we do this as an bottom out board outline too. Now copy that and put that into our schematic first. We add those ridiculously large board outlines first. Good. Yeah, that looks quite more realistically. And we'll use this front plate to arrange all the LEDs in the right distance, and after we have arranged the LEDs in the right distance, we will overlay the middle plate, and from that point on we can populate the base plate, and then everything is fine. So let's start with the LEDs. For that we will need a schematic, because in the schematic, put the schematic up in the second window, because in the second window I did mark all the second window I did mark all the okay, donut or VPN here. Also the second window are all the schematics with the designators for the LEDs in, and from that we can work. So let's open that up. That's actually, hey, I'm small here too. Oh my god. Sometimes OBS gets really problems with layout, I don't know why. And that's this one here. So here we have our blue 1, 2, 3 and channel indicators, and we'll arrange them. So first of all, we need our LEDs, but will be 6. Yeah, fit our Ds here. So now comes the point why I added those small circles, because with those small circles I can arrange the LEDs accurately, how it will change. And the first indicators should have been blue, green, red. Let's start with blue, green, red indicators that are D2, D1, D2 and D3. So let's start with D1. And we'll arrange that in the middle here. as much in the middle as possible. So let's change the scale to 1, so we can arrange those quite nicely. One thing which is always yeah, that's good enough. So D1 and we add D2. Now comes one thing I really like about the traces. If you, yeah. Now we only need to transform it with the arrow keys to the right. These this aligning tool is great. So a bit more left to the right, and more bit to the right than to the left, and D3 blue indicator. Okay. Add 1, 2, great. D3. Now we're going to add the 1, 2, 3 indicator. 1, 2, 3 indicator. Oh wait. Yeah. Let's add the 1, 2, 3 indicator. That are D4 to D6. So we'll add those. Put them, align them a little bit correctly, so that's great. That one is at X125, Y14, and we're gonna go to X25 too. Never ever. Doch, Y114, X25, Y114. Ah, no. I have a few critical parts which should be aligned as good as possible. I can't align it at 125, so that looks good. Next one is D6. Ah, yeah, LEDs are massive. They are really massive. So here's D6. D6 here. Okay, that looks good also. Now we will start with continue with the channel. Oh, no, these need to go up here. That's wrong. 1, 2, 3 needs to go up here. Yes. Because we'll hear our channel selector, our color selector, our mode selector, and from here with one button push we can change between the channels. That's what we want. So you do it like this. Yes. Certainly more likely what we want to do. Okay, 45. and D6. So great. Next we'll add the other indicator lines. That will be, well, we can add that one directly. Put it quite centered here. Our swords on one line. I really hope so. Yeah, you can arrange that quite quickly. We'll take a look on the more accurate aligning later. So we will put the buttons, we need a few buttons in a few moments. But first we need to add 3 other LEDs. And these are here. 7. D7, D8 and D9. These will be the buttons for choosing the mode. So we will add those two. D7, D8 and D9. So D7, D8 and D9. Great. Certainly good line. So next we will add a few buttons. Switches. So first we have a channel switch. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, no. No. The channel color effect select are 3 different ones. Can we change those directly? I was thinking that there was an option to simply switch parts around them out. No. Unfortunately, I don't think so. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Arrange them new. Okay. D9, D5. So goes up here, and D4 goes down again. And D5. And D7 goes up. So please get aligned here correctly. One thing I'm really watching out that all the LEDs are oriented the same way. Because yeah, it's really bummer if they aren't. I had was working as an educator, and we were building this kind of electronic devices, and one of these sets they had switched around one diode, one LED, and yes, That was the real bummer. Yeah, it was a real bummer. So let's continue with the switches. So the switch S1 is on off. It goes up. Switch 1, yeah. It goes up here. Can we align it correctly? Yeah, that's okay. Switch 1. Then we have switch 2. We have switch 2. Where is switch 2? Switch 2 is channel 1. Switch 2 is channel 1, that goes up here. So it will be this row here. Okay. Then we continue with switch 3. Do we have more switches? Yes. This one is 2. Switch 3. And switch 3 goes up to channel 2 effect. So that's here. And we will have a switch 4, which will be channel 3. Next we'll continue with switch 5 and switch 8. 4, 5, 6, 8, okay. Which go down here. And switch 5 will be the darkness mode. Because why not? Switch 6 will be something else. And switch 8 will be maybe complete random to something mode. I don't know, we didn't name it. Now that will be our effect switch here. Okay, no, I'm weird because I want to have this aligned. I will later check the tolerances on the front panel again. So we have some wiggle room for aligning the buttons with the rest of the circuit. Because if we don't use some kind of tolerances, I suppose that we will solder on our. We'll first of all place our parts a little bit off, and after we have placed our parts a little bit off, we will have a problem of having our soldered them a little bit off. So we'll need to add. So later I will check or next week we will check the cut drawings for the front panel and maybe make them more generous. Would be a good idea. Because with this part here, yeah. That's of course great to align, because we didn't put the actually rotary knob inside the drawing. So we'll simply put it like this. That should be okay, and see that we have 1 to 2 millimeters of clearance while we will so we can solder it without too much hassle. Maybe we'll add here a random button. We can still make some changes to the schematic without breaking our neck. Actually, if we want to add this button, we should do this now. Because if we want to do this now, we will have problems. aligning this button. Or of course we could say, yeah, use this here, but then the double check option of, okay, does it really fit? That's not available anymore, so we will open the schematic, add a new button, and after we added a new button, we will very simply update the PCB from the schematic, and then we have a button more. So we add switch 7. Oh, wait a minute, that's not a good idea. Because let's keep it like this. We don't add it now, and I don't think we would add it at all, because now we are at 8 buttons, and with adding a new row of buttons you would need to add more, at least more switch matrix row. Do we have some space? Yeah, we have. Oh, we have a connector reserve. Let's use this one. Let's use this to add a random and general purpose button, because that's not that much of an addition at this point. It is not. So let's do this. Add it here, and then we go down. First add both that button to the switch matrix high side. Okay, and then we can place that a little bit further down. And now we have another output, which is pretty nice. And we will give this net a name. This will be switch matrix row 5. And we want to have a name to it. Please give us a name. Display name. Okay. And we will add this here too. So a little bit against any kind of naming convention. Put this here to net. This will be, I think it's down there, switch matrix row 5, okay. Of course we want to connect it without a wire. Connect without a wire. Before we forget it, we save and we add this to the control circuit, which quite conveniently has the pin 6 from that connector still open. Yeah, that's great. So now we can go back to the PCB layout. We will save that. PCB 1, and we will add an renew layout from schematic by components, no by ref design numbers. Actually, it doesn't matter much at this stage. By related schematic, yes. Okay. And now we should have 2 more buttons, which popped up somewhere. Let's check it here because I don't see them. No, there are no buttons. I would now have expected 2 new buttons. Okay, we don't get new buttons, that's unfortunate. Let's buy components. Components. Okay. Okay. Now we have 2 more buttons. For some random shit, why not? S7 and S10. Here and here. Great. So that are the required buttons. We have all the LEDs in place. Yeah, good. So next we will make some order with all the parts. For example, these MOSFETs, because we have some parts which are from our base plate and some parts which are connected to the actual middle plate. So we will try to make, after we have isolated the switches and the LEDs, we'll isolate the resistors. In the resistors we are looking anything from range R8 to R16. So where do we have R8? R8, 9, 10, these look good. We'll add them here. Then we have an R11, R12, that will be certainly part 2. And we have an R13, there's R13. Here R13, 15. Yes. That doesn't look right. R6, R23, we will need to take a look on them because I really don't want to solder that smaller parts. That's not correct. We'll check that later. We won't forget this. Never, because if we forget this, well, we have such small parts on our PCB that we don't want to solder by hand. That's not a good idea. We don't want to have those. And R16. Yeah, we need that one. It should be first all of them. And we will simply arrange them because these are always groups. We will arrange them in groups too. Arrange them in small groups, so R16, R15 and R14 are pretty much related. We'll take those and put all of those in place. When we have the 12, these ones should be related to the bottom ones. Yeah, we'll put them in one group too. Without problems. Now we have to be careful because our PCB, our middle plate PCB ends are somewhere at this point, so we need to watch how we put our parts. That also means we don't have so much space left. That one is pretty much, I need to check that one's pretty much on the verge of almost not fitting anymore. I will need to move this one to the right. You can check that in cut directly, because that's it's something which is not good at all. So let's take a look on our, no, it should be our, that's our front plate, yes. Can make it transparent. colors. No. Cancel. Yeah, I won't really want to cancel. That is. Let's give me the. Want to have all the extrusions? Yes, thank you very much. And this one. Okay. Although no, we still have quite some place to the quite some space to the side, so we can do this no problems. So and yeah, so we can do this no problem, and we have plenty of space for these two. And these are some way connected. Yeah, these are all resistors for the top. Put them in nice spacing. Like this. With a designator they have certainly enough space. Put them like this. Down. And we'll arrange them nicely so that we are in one row. Yeah, that's okay, it's good. And then we have these three here. Great. So now we will need to add a few of the MOSFETs, because these MOSFETs are important for switching, quite obviously. And the question is, which ones do we need? We'll need Q8 till Q16. Q8 till Q16. Oh, these ones were almost right. Q26. We have 26 MOSFETs in this design. That's yeah. So Q9 we need. Q10, Q11, yes. Q12. And then we will add Q14, Q16. Definitely Q21, Q20, Q5 we don't. So put these ups. We'll put these up too. And we'll arrange them in a nice row. So we can simply measure them through without any hassle or connect them really fast together. Nothing here, no, nothing. Okay, I'm still missing a few. Q7 is not one of them, Q22 not, also not, Q14 is one of them. Yes, Q7 not, or should be all. So now I'll simply arrange them. Put them in one row. Yeah. Q4, we don't need Q4, don't need Q19, these are not, no, you don't. Q14. It gives them some space, but not too much. Great measure of space. and Q12. And we need Q14. Q14, yes. Q14 here. Of course, we don't need to put all of them in a row like this. Above here we have the drain. So the gate is at the bottom. So we could, if we look at the schematic, there's one part U22 or U2, which is for switching them. U2, that's this one. So this will be connected with everything, Q2. And then with the LEDs, we still have Q3 or U3. U3 is also located up here. Okay, that's in here too. Yep, U3. Then we will need. Okay, I don't care about the capacitors at this point so much. And we'll need the two connectors. That will be CJ12 and J12 and J22. Okay. This will be, of course, connected at the bottom, because there is almost no space on the top. Actually, you would have enough space on the top if we're really honest. J12, J2. No, these are both the 2, yes. These are both the 2s. We could connect them on the top side because we'd still have plenty of space going through the side of the case. That could work. It could. But and I could cram it on here somehow, like we would be able to put both of these connectors like this on the top, yes, and still have enough space. We will check that in the CAD model again to see if we can arrange the connectors correctly. Let me pull up something else, although I will end the stream in a second, because I'm actually, let's add the right capacitors again. So for capacitors we need to C27, here, C21, C27, and we'll need C16 and C15. C27 and C16 and C15. C16, this is one. Oh, I don't see anything. These two, that's nice. We'll certainly add those two, but these will go directly to ICs. And this does go to what? What? Oh, that's the C27, the big one is the C27 is a bit of power supply filtering on the top here. Okay, but why are the red lines not connected to? Yeah. That's not good. Actually, we should see. That's ground, yes. See some lines connected to. Ah, here they connected. No, that's ground too. Okay, we don't have any. Okay, these aren't connected to the top 5 volts here. That's interesting. But that's a problem for future me. And with that I will end the stream. Bye.